What is up, everybody? In this video, we decided to go on a road trip from Victoria, Texas to Terlingua, Texas, which is near Big Bend National Park. So we had to drive in total over 1,000 miles. It was actually 1,200 miles, and we did drive across the Texas terrain. So we drove through the flatlands, we drove through the hill country, finally reaching our destination in Terlingua. So when we got there, you started to see larger land formations, like bigger hills and larger peaks. And we knew we were getting closer to our final destination. So this is our first trip camping as a couple. And my husband was shocked because he thought I wasn't going to be able to actually go camping. So it was up this road here. And when we got there, we could see, different campsites. And we picked the one that we wanted, which was fairly close to a restroom. So I helped him very, very little. I mean, I wasn't good at putting up the tent, but luckily he had everything down, and we got there. We did see vultures flying around. We picked the campsite at the very, very end, so we were the last ones. They were relatively close to each other, but not close enough, to where you got in each other's business. So ours was a open tent, so the bottom, was just gravel. I was going to buy a rug to cover it, but my husband advised against it because he thought that the stove was going to possibly cause a fire due to that. So we decided just to keep it open, which was kind of a dumb idea because everything got really sandy and dusty. But we did have cots that kept us above the ground. So it's not like we were just on the ground directly. I did bring a yoga mat to kind of put all my stuff on there. And it was really cool. It was really cozy inside. He got to work right away. He chopped up some firewood, and we enjoyed a drink. And it was almost time for the sunset. We did FaceTime our baby, and he was spending time with his grandma and grandpa. We shared another drink, and we got ready for the sunset. My husband also started the campfire so we could cook. That night we had soup. We didn't really have to make it ourselves because I brought the can of soup, and it was like 20 grams of protein to sustain us. And we both enjoyed that. And then he also bought some ramen, which was really delicious, and we just enjoyed different views of the area. And as you can see, we weren't alone. There were definitely other campers who were parked close to our campsite. And then as it got later, there were more people that showed up. And this was just the view from where our tent was. And we did enjoy that evening together because being in nature, you just don't have a lot to do except enjoy each other's company and soak in the natural beauty of the surroundings. I didn't record it, but we stayed outside, to watch the stars in the Milky Way, because supposedly it's one of the best places in the United States, and you get a really clear view of the Milky Way. So there's the dinner that we enjoyed, and he had his little light set up. Okay, so for breakfast, he made himself some eggs, and I made some oatmeal. This was exactly how it looked. So as you can see, the stove got hot enough for us to just put our stuff on there and start cooking. And this was the owner's dog. There were two of them. The showers were also there. I believe I recorded them later. So very early that morning, we headed out to Big Bend even before they were open. We had to go later on to one of the visitor centers to pay because the place where you pay was actually closed. It was $30 per vehicle, and it was good for up to 30 days. 7 days, not 30 days. It's like all other national parks. We did not buy the yearly pass because we have a newborn, and we know this year we're probably not going to make it out to any more national parks. It might be worth it in a future year, especially if we decide to go somewhere like Utah or Arizona where all the parks are relatively close together. In Texas, they are very, very far apart. And then that morning we decided to walk to the Balanced Rock. It was about 1 mile to get there and then 1 mile back. We started hiking before the really hot sun came out. I will say on the way back it was around noon, so it was definitely a lot hotter. And I didn't bring any water because I didn't want to carry it as I climbed up the rocks, but luckily my husband brought enough for both of us. And as you can see, the views were just gorgeous from every corner. So we were just soaking it in and trying to enjoy as much of it as we could before it got hotter. So the park is pretty huge, and we drove to another part of it, which took us over an hour to get there. But there's so much to do. So if you enjoy rock climbing, there's enough, activities for you to do that. There's kayaking, horseback riding. Of course, you can go backcountry camping. You can go canoeing. There's, several different tours that you can do. Or you can just go for a walk and enjoy the beautiful, majestic scenery. If you don't like, walking and being out in the heat, but you still want to take in the magnificent views, there's a long scenic drive that you can do, which is very peaceful and very relaxing. We did have lunch. Well, it was like a very, very late lunch, around 3 p.m., but we had lunch and then we decided to drive that scenic route, which made us very, very tired. But here you can see we're on our way to Balanced Rock. We did not reach our final spot yet because you'll know it because it's like a window that peeks into the Mexican border. And when we were almost there when I took that last video, but here it is. So that rock at the top is the rock that's balancing. That's why it's called Balanced Rock. And you could just see those majestic views. Afterwards, I didn't capture the drive, but we did get to go to the hot springs area. And it was very historic because they used to have a hotel there. It was super hot getting there because we did walk and there was absolutely no shade. And the heat was just coming down on us. So after that, we got pretty tired. We decided we needed a little break in the AC. So we drove that 1 hour to this destination that had a really nice restaurant with a view. He got a hamburger. I got a vegan wrap with fries. We each enjoyed one drink, and mine was some type of Santa Elena Sunrise. So it came with ingredients from the area. And then, of course, water. My drink made me really sleepy, so I immediately took a nap on this drive, even though I wanted to soak in the beauty of the area. I could not keep my eyes open, and I just fell asleep. My husband also wanted to fall asleep, so we pulled to the side for a little bit until we realized it was way too hot to take a nap in the car, and then we just kept driving. The park ranger told us we had to go to Santa Elena. He said it was a must-see if we were just staying for the day or two. And here is the Santa Elena canyon. You can see, it's just massive. We were about to go do the hike when me and my husband counted and realized we have been hiking since 8 in the morning, and it had been over 7 hours of hiking. So we called it a day. We went back to our campsite. I showed you the showers. It was really nice, a really nice area. They even had 2 goats at the campsite. And then we felt really dusty, so we showered, came home, enjoyed camp dinner, which was curry and rice, and that was our day. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe so that I can make more content like it in the future. Take it easy.